He entered the prison as another weak-looking inmate.
Bug off, bitch. I'll get to you later.
But they didn't know he was there to conquer this place. Welcome back to Paramount Recapped. I don't have many subscribers, but your single comment is a ray of hope to motivate me. The story kicks off with Stan Minton, a super rich guy who made his money tricking old folks into bad investments. His scams finally catch up with him, and he ends up getting arrested for major fraud. At first, his lawyer Mal tries to defend him in court, but once Stan's found guilty and realizes he could be stuck in prison for 3 to 5 years, he freaks out. He begs Mal to pay off the judge to get him out of it. Mal refuses, so Stan fires him and brings in this sketchy lawyer named Lou Popper instead. Popper manages to bribe the judge, but all he gets is a 6-month delay before Stan has to start his sentence. During that time, Stan's supposed to do some good by teaching music to kids with disabilities. Eventually, he's handed a 3-year sentence. Popper suggests Stan skip the country, but Stan isn't keen on leaving behind his $7 million that's been frozen in the bank. One night at dinner, his wife Mindy brings up the idea of having a baby so she's not alone while he's locked up. Stan isn't feeling it and says maybe they should just get a dog instead. That makes Mindy furious, and she storms out, leaving Stan sitting there full of guilt. Feeling miserable, Stan goes for a drive and ends up at a bar. While there, he notices this guy with a prison tattoo and offers him cash for survival advice. The guy doesn't sugarcoat anything. He says prison is brutal, guards don't care, and your best chance is to be someone no one messes with. He tells Stan he'll be a walking target unless he joins a gang, black, Latino, white supremacist, or some other group. But Stan doesn't belong to any of them, so that doesn't help. Terrified about what's waiting for him, Stan decides he needs to toughen up. He signs up for a martial arts class, thinking that'll keep him safe. But he's too impatient. After learning just a few moves, he already wants to jump to the advanced stuff. His teacher decides to put him in a sparring match to teach him a lesson. Stan goes overboard and gets kicked out after causing a mess. To top it off, the sensei beats him up. Just when things feel hopeless, Stan meets this weird, old guy people call the Master. Stan's impressed right away after the old man punches a hole in a wall like it's nothing. Stan begs him for training, and the Master agrees. Only if Stan pays up once he gets access to his frozen bank money. Training with the Master is nothing like what Stan expected. He wakes him up at dawn, feeds him raw liver for breakfast, and makes smoothies out of gross stuff like ox parts. When Stan complains and asks for a hot dog, the Master jokes, "Don't worry, you'll be seeing plenty of hot dogs in prison." Things get even more intense. Stan gets whipped with flaming sticks, has to eat scorpions, and the Master keeps puffing on cigarettes nonstop. Mindy can't take the chaos anymore and leaves, especially when Stan refuses to kick the Master out. With her gone, training goes to a whole new level. The Master starts toughening Stan's body so he can smash bricks and fight up close. In 5 months, Stan turns from a soft scam artist into a total beast. To prove how far he's come, Stan goes back to the karate place that kicked him out and destroys the instructor without breaking a sweat. Then it's time. Stan heads to prison. When he gets there, the warden, Francis Gassay, calmly lays down the law. He tells the inmates they could do whatever they want each other, just don't mess with the staff. Stan gets assigned to a cell with an old-timer named Larry. Right away, Stan makes it clear he's in charge and takes the top bunk. Later in the yard, Stan asks Larry who runs the place. Larry points out the big names. Clean runs the black gang, Juanito leads the Mexican group, and Patterson is in charge of the Nazi crew. Then there's Big Raymond, a terrifying guy known for going after weaker inmates. Stan gets a front row seat to Raymond's cruelty when he sees him harassing a new guy named Robbie. Instead of staying quiet, Stan walks right up to Raymond in front of everyone and unleashes everything the Master taught him. He breaks Raymond's fingers and takes him down hard, humiliating him in front of the whole yard. After that, Patterson, the Nazi leader, offers Stan a spot in their gang. But Stan isn't interested. He knocks Patterson flat on his back, shocking everyone. That move catches the attention of the black gang, who aren't too happy about what he did to Raymond. Another fight breaks out in the yard, but this time, Stan handles it like a pro. He wipes the floor with everyone, and the guards, clearly enjoying the show, don't lift a finger to stop it. The scuffle ends when Stan lands a clean hit to Clean's face, sending his gold teeth flying. Warden Gassé watches the whole thing like a silent judge, and Stan just strolls off cool as ice, leaving everyone stunned. From that moment, he's no longer just Stan. Everyone starts calling him Big Stan. People literally move out of his way when he walks by. Later, he sits down to eat his first prison meal and is surprised it tastes pretty decent, probably because he's gotten used to eating raw guts and bugs during his crazy training. Not long after, the warden calls him into his office. Gassé offers him fancy stuff, brandy, cigars, and admits that Stan was placed in this prison for a reason. It wasn't random. Turns out, Gassé has a plan to turn the prison into luxury condos and needs Stan's real estate skills. In exchange, he promises to pull strings for an early release, just 1 year if Stan plays ball. Stan agrees, but starts to wonder how exactly Gass plans to get rid of all the inmates. One day in the showers, Patterson jumps in with a razor blade tied to a melted toothbrush. But Stan is unfazed. He fights back using 2 bars of soap and shoelaces twisted into makeshift weapons. Patterson ends up flat on the floor again. Out in the yard, Stan sees Robbie getting bullied again. Meanwhile, Larry does the unthinkable. He pees on Gassé's precious strawberry patch. Stan calls his crooked lawyer Popper to ask about the appeal. Popper, being his usual shady self, says he's on it, claiming he's literally sitting next to one of the jurors. Feeling hopeful, Stan throws himself into helping with the prison-to-condo project. Gass introduces him to Dang, a Vietnamese gangster who's also on the prison board. Stan takes one look at the contract and tells Gass it's a legal mess waiting to happen. He even recommends Popper to fix it. Later, Gass and Dang try the strawberries from the patch, but spit them out. They'd picked them way too early. Back in his cell, Stan writes a heartfelt letter to Mindy. He finally gets it, why she wanted a kid, and hopes she might forgive him one day. Wanting to improve life inside, Stan gathers all the inmates and pitches a new way of living. He bans violent games and movies and replaces them with romantic Mexican music to get everyone to chill. He lays down new rules. No more assaults, unless it's against predators or creeps, and he allows consensual relationships between inmates. Mindy writes back, saying she's ready to visit. When she does, she casually drops a bomb. The master has been staying at their house and teaching her Kama Sutra moves. Stan's face says it all. He's instantly suspicious, jealous, and annoyed. Soon after, Warden Gass confronts Stan. He's angry that Stan's peacekeeping efforts are messing up his riot plan. Gass threatens him. Play along, or lose the chance at parole. Stan, still longing for freedom and to be with Mindy again, gives in. He tells the inmates to go back to their old behavior. Fights break out almost immediately, and Larry senses something shady is going on. Meanwhile, Gass gives the prison board a tour, hoping to show them chaos and justify shutting the place down. But right before Stan's parole hearing, something changes in him. He ditches the hearing and rushes back to help the inmates. On his way, Dang confronts him and reveals he was also trained by the master. They fight, and Stan beats him using a special move, the Finger of Death. Back in the yard, Stan is shocked. Instead of violence, the inmates are dancing in peace. His message had stuck after all. Furious that his plan failed, Gass orders the guards to open fire, but the guards refuse. Desperate, Gass grabs a gun and starts shooting wildly. Just when he aims at Stan, Mindy and the master burst in and stop him. Stan finds out the master had been secretly training Mindy all along. 3 years later, Stan finally walks out of prison. The place is now run by Bullard, and Gass ended up on the inside for all his shady dealings. Outside, Stan is greeted by his wife, their daughter Mindy Jr., and of course, the master, who is now their kid's nanny. Stan isn't thrilled to see him smoking near the baby, but hey, at least they're free.